Good day everyone, this is Mary G. Dagay Hanayan, a second-year student of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. We are Group 2 and our assigned topic is Unit 2, Learner-Centered Psychological Principle. For now, I am going to discuss about 6 principles of cognitive and metacognitive factors. But before we discuss about the 6 principles under the cognitive and metacognitive factors, I am going to define first the cognitive and metacognitive factors or the cognition. Cognition is defined as the mental action of process, acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Metacognition is thought process and understanding of the pattern behind them. The terms come from the root word meta, meaning beyond or on the top of. Metacognition can take many forms, such as reflecting on one's ways of thinking and knowing when how to use particular strategies for problem solving. So meaning cognition is the plan, and while the metacognition is the action of the plan. As you can see, there are 6 principles under cognitive and metacognitive factors. First, nature of the learning process. It is the learning of complex subject matter is most effective when it is intentional process of constructing meaning from information and experience. Meaning, there are different types of learning process. For example, habit formation and motor learning, and learning that involves generation of knowledge, or cognitive skills and learning strategies. Learning schools emphasize to use and intentional processes that student can use to construct meaning from information, experience, and their own thoughts and beliefs. Successful learners are active, goal-directed, self-regulating, assuming personal responsibility for contributing to their own learning. The principles set forth in this document focus on this type of learning. So let us proceed to second principle. Goals of learning process. The successful learner, over time and with support and instructional guidance, can create meaningful, coherent representation of knowledge. Meaning, the strategic nature of learning requires students to be goal-directed, to construct useful representation of knowledge, and to acquire the thinking and learning strategies necessary for continual learning, such as across the lifespan. Students must generate or pursue personally irrelevant goals. Initially, student short-term goals and learning meet too sketchy in an area. But over time, their understanding can be refined by filling gaps, resolving inconsistencies, and deepening their understanding of the subject matter so that they can reach longer-term goals. Educators also can assist learners in creating meaningful learner goals that are consistent with both personal and educational aspiration and interest. Third, construction of knowledge. The successful learner can link new information with existing knowledge in meaningful ways. So meaning, the knowledge widens and deepens as students continue to build links between new information and experiences and their existing knowledge base. The nature of this link can take a variety of forms, such as adding to, modifying, reorganizing, extending knowledge or skills. How these links are made to develop may vary different subject areas, and among students varying talents, interests, and abilities. However, unless new knowledge becomes integrated with the learner's prior knowledge and understanding. This new knowledge remains isolated, and prior knowledge cannot be used most effectively in a new task and does not transfer readily to new situation. Educators also assess learners in acquiring and integrating knowledge by a number of strategies that have been shown to be effective with learners of varying abilities, such as concept mapping and thematic organization and categorizing. Strategic thinking. The successful learner can create and use repertoire of thinking and reasoning strategies to achieve complex learning goals. Successful learners use strategic thinking in their approach to learning, reasoning, problem solving, and concept learning. They understand and can use a variety of strategy to help them reach learning and performance goals and to apply their knowledge in novel situations. They also continue to expand their repertoire of strategies by reflecting they used to see which work well for them, by receiving guided instruction and feedback, and by observing of interacting with appropriate models. Learning outcomes can be enhanced if educators assist learners in developing, applying, and assessing their strategic learner skills. The fifth one is thinking about thinking. Higher order strategies for selecting and monitoring mental operation facilitate creative and critical thinking. So, meaning, successful learners can reflect on how they think and learn, set reasonable learning and performance goals, select potentially appropriate learning strategies or methods, and monitor the progress toward these goals. In addition, successful learners know what to do if a problem occurs or they are not making sufficient or timely progress toward a goal. They can generate alternative methods to reach their goals and raises the appropriateness and utility of the goal. Instructional methods that focus on helping learners develop these higher order metacognitive strategies can enhance student learning and personal responsibility for learning. So let us proceed to the sixth one. Context of thinking. Learning is influenced by environmental factors including technology and instructional practices, meaning it involves a set of interrelated skills that increase the scope, depth, and accuracy of our understanding of issues, problems, or conflicts. Whereas collaborative capacity and perspective coordination skills function as the engines of development. Robust contextual thinking skills are more emergent. So that would be the six principles of cognitive and metacognitive factors. Before I will end my presentation, I would like to acknowledge the source where I get the information I use in my presentation. This is the references of my informations. And that would be all my presentation. Thank you.